Hello there.
Hello. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna cough for a bit.
Sure.
Hello, mate. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. If I remember well, your girlfriend is sleeping, right?
Yeah, but she's pretty knocked out right now. And if she
Okay.
does wake up, well, she's agreed that I'll be talking right now. So whatever. She doesn't work tomorrow, so it's fine.
Okay, awesome. Nice. So how do I call you? Do I call you Duotang? Do I call you something else?
Yeah, Duotang is good.
Okay. Why Duotang, by the way? Just curious.
Okay, so I had a different name. My username used to be Delutane, just for funsies. It was just
Okay.
a made up word. And then my buddy made fun of me and called me Duotang. Um, So if you Google what a duotang is,
Mm-hmm.
it is a plastic or paper folder. And this is how I catch the Canadians because BC, Alberta, and I believe Quebec see these and call these duotang because they were handed out in elementary school.
Okay.
But in other parts of the world, they're called folders, paper folders.
Mm.
Yeah. So there are some people in like random games where they'll look at my name and say, "Wow, Duotang, you unlocked a memory for me." And that's when I asked them, "Are you from BC or
Mm.
Alberta?" Right?
Ah, that's funny.
Yep.
Okay, okay, man. Names have like the most random explanations. That's so funny. I like to ask about name. I mean, my name is Chaddouk because my last name is Chaddouk, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
not the best story. So I like to have your guys' stories, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay. So
how do you want to do this?
okay. I mean, it depends of you. I have two options. It's either live game coaching, so you play a game, you stream it to Discord, and then we review that game, or two VOD reviews, two games that you already played, and we just like look at the replays of them, and we do the talking, and we look at the concepts, etc. So whatever feels like um, the best to you.
As much as I'd like to do two games, I believe this current patch is a little different because I think the
Mm.
split just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just do a live game here.
Okay, for sure. I mean, I actually feel that the live game gives more value as long as you don't feel like any pressure, like being watched while gaming, etc. I think it's like the better thing like to default to.
Great.
Um, okay, so let me know. Do you have any particular with this objective with this coaching? Like, is there like anything you want to focus on, or like do you have any like objective in terms of elo or anything, or you want to just get better
Um,
overall?
Definitely more the mid to late game.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe my early game is fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's some matchups I win, some matchups I lose. But the parts that I worry about is when I know I have a lead, I know I have a lot of gold, I know I won my lane. And then when it comes to the mid to late game, it's about knowing where I should be with my lead. Um, there are times where I think to myself, okay, I should split at this time. And that might not always be the case. Sometimes it's better that I should be team fighting instead of splitting. So that's always up in the air for me.
Yeah, okay. And I feel like that's a very big thing for like Tryndamere players and splitters overall. Like it's the big question, you know, like should I side, should I not side? And sometimes you side and you're right to do it, but then your team just dies, and then you're like, maybe I should have been there, and then the opposite happens. And but oh, okay, for sure, I can look to help you. Um,
Yep.
okay, I'm liking those mastery points.
There's the proof that I'm a
Yeah,
Tryndamere main.
yeah, bro, you have a one level 1000 account. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
Uh
that's a lot of levels.
During COVID, I had a lot of time to play. So that's a lot of it's from COVID.
I actually think that if I stick to one account, I will be around that level, and I will be around like 4 or 5 million mastery points on Trint. But the thing is, I'm a terrible human being. I've been smurfing a lot, so I have like so many accounts. Okay, so you can
Which
you can start looking for a game, and we'll keep doing the talking until we find one.
sure.
Um, Okay, so I mean, you told me that you started playing like in very early, like season one, something like that. Then you started taking ranked seriously, starting in like maybe season seven. But when did you start playing Tryndamere actually?
Season 7.
Oh, season seven. Okay, okay,
Yep. Like
nice.
the assassin meta. That's when it came out. And then that's when Fogged released his guide.
Mm.
And I thought, oh, this is cool. I should watch it. And so I sat through the whole thing. I thought, wow, Tryndamere is kind of easy. I never really thought about it. And so that's where the spinning flash abuser on my
Let's
resume comes
go.
from.
Yeah.
I learned that mechanic, and then everything was just like, wow, this is pretty easy to work with.
Yeah. So did you used to do like the spin laugh thingy?
The spin-off?
The spin laugh. I don't know if you remember.
Oh yes, it was a
Yeah.
bug where
Yeah. It
if
was
you
so
spin and
nice,
laugh,
man.
it shows his laugh, and it, like he doesn't do his full spin animation. He kind of just walks with the spin.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
Bro.
in Fog's tips, where at the very end of the video he would say, "And always do
Spin
a
laugh.
spin and a laugh." That right, and then later to fix the bug, right?
Yeah, it's so sad actually. Like there are like bigger bugs to fix than that. It was pretty funny. That's how
Yeah.
you could spot like the Tryndamere OTPs. Okay, we'll do a bit of focusing on the game, of course. So whenever a game starts in my coachings, I have two exercises that I will ask my students to do. The first one is what I call doing the thinking. What it means is whenever everyone would have picked their champion, I would like you to just look at the champions, look at the comps, and tell me whatever you can think of regarding the game that you think would be like useful information or relevant information regarding, I don't know, matchups, team fights, win conditions, etc. So whenever
Okay.
everyone would have picked, that's what I would like you to do. And then whenever the game starts, I don't know how much you do it in your games, but I would like to like hear you at least like vocalize the jungle tracking. Like tell me where like what can you say regarding Zach's jungle clear and the opponent jungler clear,
Oh
basically.
gosh. Okay, well, I gotta give you a heads up.
Mm-hmm.
My sleep schedule
Yeah.
is like it's already past my bedtime. So
Mm.
I'm gonna give you some sloppy thoughts, but I'm gonna
It's all
try my
good.
best to keep you updated about what I'm thinking.
It's all good. It's all good. Um, and then during the game, I will try like not to intervene too much. I still want you to play the way you usually play. If I see anything big, I will call it. And on your side, if you can try to think out loud, it would help me a lot. But if you don't really feel like it, if it's taking too much focus, it's fine. I will ask my questions. And you can do
Okay.
the thinking.
All right. So right now I'm thinking. First off, is Malphite a good permaban?
It is.
Okay, good. Second off, I see Nasus and Jace. Those are my two thoughts right now. I'm probably gonna go against Jace, so I gotta make sure I have Ghost, Armor. I think these are fine. I'm not sure if I should do Bone Plating. I like Second Wind.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the bans, I saw that Gragas was banned in the Jace position, so I believe that's going to be my top matchup. And it is.
Okay. Anything else regarding the teams? The
Yeah,
picks, the
Nasus is the
comps?
jungler. Belveth is mid laner. Very bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the. So I see he has phase rush, so he's going to be the guy who does the blows a load on me and runs away kind of thing.
Okay.
All right, so I run up to my position here. I don't hear any pings from my allies to do an invade. Our team is bad for an invade anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So now I gotta watch my team. I'm also looking at the map for myself too. I press tab from time to time because if I see an item light up, that means that they've been spotted at some point.
Okay. So what can you tell me like already like from now regarding the jungle tracking? What do you know?
Jungle tracking?
Yeah.
Chances are they're probably here because blue side usually leashes for jungle. If Jace comes in late, or if I see that he's used mana, then that means it's actually a red start.
Mm-hmm. And regarding your
But
Zach,
for
your
now, I
jungler,
see
what is
Zach
Zach?
sitting here. That's fine. I feel like Kaiser could sit somewhere else. Brand is a little far by himself here. He could be in trouble if he gets caught.
So Zach is starting bot side.
Yes. So that means he's gonna path up. He's gonna be like level 3 or level 4 by the time he makes it topside.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean for you?
I hard push, wave 3, let it bounce back to me.
Hey.
But then I'm not sure if I can because it's a Jace. He might bully me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there he is. Oh, I messed that up. I almost have full fury. So, yeah, now if I spin into him, I should do a good trade. He has flash still. And I win.
Job.
Thank you. So he has teleport. I know that. I'm still going to push his wave in anyway. Oh yeah, I don't get W until level 4.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh. Can I bully him again? He missed his Q. Okay, that's fine. So in this position here, he could hold a freeze. I want to try breaking it. So I gotta keep forcing anyway. I believe the enemy jungler is probably coming up top here soon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a ward because I already used it during combat. But if I do this, then I should have broken the freeze now. And then I sit back. He's holding 3 creeps. That's not enough for a freeze.
Okay. What's your plan now?
So now I see Zach here. I can hover over here, watch over Scuttle to see if Zach needs help. He should be good. I go back up. I try not to lose that experience. I got the experience. Woo, yay. Okay, good.
Good job.
Yeah, still watching. Nasus is probably trying to do a full clear. Oh my god.
Okay, so what's your plan now?
Let it push.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
You know, I don't know. I usually just let this wave push in and then see how much gold I have. If I can force a slow push afterwards so I can do a recall, I should have a lot of gold for Tiamat.
Okay.
Tiamat and boots.
I would suggest a play and see how you do it. So Jace wants to crash the wave, right? But you don't want
Yes.
that to happen. And he has a lot of CS, so you need to try to thin the wave.
Thin it? Alright.
Yeah.
Will do.
Like, yeah, you just want like. Okay, we can do that. Oh, you could have.
Oh, I didn't
here.
get Talking Shout. Oops. Yeah, so you wanted me to trim this.
Yeah, it's fine. If you didn't manage to do it, it's fine.
Oh. So Zach is going down here. Oh. Alright, so here's... Should I let this push? Because I believe he recalled right now. Should I recall as well, or should I just let it slow push in?
What do you think?
I think I should let it slow push, so I can have a chance to recall after.
Yes, because if you recall here, you're just gonna lose golden experience, basically. And because the wave is pushing to him. That's not what you want. Now with the slow push, maybe something can happen. What could happen?
I don't know. Enemy jungler could come up.
Hmm.
Well, maybe I can get a plate. I don't know.
What could we get more than a plate?
A kill? I'm level 6. I think I can dive this guy now.
Okay. Oh, maybe you can wait.
He's scared. Can I force his phase rush?
Nice.
Alright, so that's his phase rush, right?
Yeah.
I don't have my W because I misplayed, but...
Oh, yeah, right.
There you go.
Pretty nice.
I'm risking it here. I'm gambling. It paid off. Now I leave. I get out. There's Nasus middle. I could take another plate, but I'm already recalling.
I don't think you should take another plate, even if Nasus wouldn't be here. Because then Jace will have the time to come back and fix his wave fast enough.
Alright, so at this point, should I get
Oops. Yes.
full Zerker Greaves or should I
Yes.
continue with Ravenous?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oops. Reason is you're against a Jace. So movement speed matters a lot. Because he has ways to kite you. He has the slow, he has the bump, he has the phase rush. So movement speed matters a lot. I would actually wouldn't have went for Tiamat myself, because now you cannot freeze the lane and force him into like be in a position where you can just run him down. So now you're kind of forcing yourself to dive him. But boots are actually really important. If you are playing against, let's say, Olaf is gonna stay in melee range, right? So you don't need boots, you need damage. So yeah, that's how I would be thinking about it.
Okay. Oh no! Yes.
And boots got you that cannon. Let's go.
So did the Tiamat.
Yeah, true.
So here's where I take some advice from Ranger. He just says, just keep pushing. Push a lot. It might not always be the right idea, just keep pushing.
I mean, I've been watching a ton of Ranger. I don't think that's exactly what he says.
He said that in one of his videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was probably within the past week or two.
Yeah, there's probably his context around it, you know. But yeah, but I see.
I'm sure he was just acting like a monkey for the likes.
Yeah,
for the views,
maybe. Okay, so what's your plan now? What's happening?
Wave's gonna crash in the middle. I'm actually not too sure. I'm gonna see if he's there. If he's not there, then I'll push it.
I would suggest a play. I usually like don't talk that much, but
Okay.
I don't want like to make you go to bed at 5 a.m. You know. Hard push this. Go on Herald. What do you think?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Or
Hard
another
push
play,
to
proxy.
Herald.
Those are like two options I would see.
I'm scared now. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. So then, okay. Now, the last wave was a cannon wave, right? So this wave is a normal wave. You're playing Tiamat, so yeah, you should keep pushing once you have Tiamat. I do agree with that.
Oh. I should keep pushing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In this case, I would have went mid. Oh, okay.
It's okay to go mid, but you need to push first. This way, you're not at risk of losing a whole wave, and Jace is at risk of losing a whole wave. Now, last wave was cannon. This wave you just pushed was normal, so this wave is normal. So the next wave is gonna be a cannon. So if you want to have a timer to move, it's not gonna be on this wave. This is bad. I mean, you can still like commit to it, but
I'm gonna commit to this because I have Ghost.
But she has 4 dashes. Like if it works, it's only because
Me Tryn, me no care, me kill, me
Yeah.
bounty.
so it's only because she dashed in on Yasuo. But here, look at how much you lose top. So this you can do it if you crash the wave first, or if you're doing it on a cannon wave. This is not a good play, even if you got the shutdown, etc.
Alright.
I'm like already like kind of starting the coaching, just like so we gain a bit of time on it. Okay, so now we're going back. You actually give 2 paintings, so she actually gets more than what you got made, by the way. Overall.
So I guess yeah. So like myself. Yeah, I gave Jace 2 plates, pretty bad. But I also gave Yasuo plates as well. Is that
Yeah,
worth
but
it?
Belveth did. You didn't. Like Belveth went in on a Yasuo without like information. Like this is not your play. It's not like the play was winning anyway. It was completely dependent on that guy, like completely inting it, which he did. So that's sometimes in league you're gonna do the wrong thing and get rewarded for it, and sometimes you're gonna do the right thing and get punished for it, and you're the one that needs to like kind of know that it was the wrong or the right thing. So here it was 2 normal waves. The next one is cannon. I think you should go on Herald right now.
Should I ward this spot here?
You can, but I don't think it's gonna be useful.
I normally ward up here because I want to see if Jace follows me.
But you're gonna see it because you have like the waves, and if Jace follows you, like you just You just shit on him at that point.
Normally, when I see them coming, I'll
Mhm.
kind of hug this part of the wall, and then I'll just spin onto them.
Okay. Okay, what do you do after this, Herald?
Go back to tower.
Okay.
Which way should I go? Upriver or through the wall?
Waves to dash through. Dash
He
through.
went up. He's scared. Oh, hi there.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
but now you lost a ton of. You lost the cannon XP, which is bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, what are you gonna do? So you have Heralds.
I want to sustain a bit. I have Vamp Scepter, so I can get some health back.
Do you have the gold for Hydra?
Yeah. A while ago.
What's the state of the next wave? What is the next wave?
It's not a cannon.
Okay, so what do we want to do now?
I should recall?
No.
No, I should stay. I should push this. Try to make it crash. But he's...
Are-
I feel like right now Jace is lane prio.
Okay. Okay. I understand where. Okay. So yeah, just insecure that wave. And then what are you gonna do?
It is cannon now.
Press
Did
B?
I recall?
Press B? Yes.
I'm going. See you.
Wait, so why are you like... Why don't you want to recon on the cannon waves? Or... Like, is it a concept that you understand, like, why people, like, want to recon cannon waves?
Well, I mean, if I recall now, I'm gonna lose this cannon.
Well, no. Actually not. Imagine if it was not a cannon wave. So here, I mean, you took forever to base, but still you got the experience, which is what matters. And if you recalled not on the cannon wave, you see all that turret shots that went on the cannon, they would have went on normal minions. So you lose like 3 or 4 CS of experience. But here, all you lost was 1 CS of experience.
Okay.
This is gonna be really important in top lane. Okay.
I could have used Herald. It went on a timer. I messed up.
You can still use it. Not too late.
Yeah, but I lose plates.
Yeah. It's fine though.
Yeah, I think I have to pop Herald right at 1350.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I have both summoners. He just popped Phase Rush. Oh, I messed up. No!
Okay, what now?
I recall.
And then?
Probably bot lane.
Okay, why that?
Because top lane's done, bot lane's struggling. So here's like the mid game where like I know I have a lot of gold. Do I try to take these two down, Ezreal and Senna?
I mean, now Ezra is dead and Senna is dead, most likely. So it's kind of fluid, you know? Like, you kind of like need to look at what's happening when making your decision.
Alright, well, since Ezreal died and Senna's on the... Oh. I'm gonna put a ward on... Oh, they already have a ward. I'll pop this. I see Zac still here. He has Might in 8 seconds. So I guess even though I didn't kill Ezreal and Senna, I can still help secure Dragon. I don't know if securing Dragon was really needed. So at this point, I kind of like abandoned top lane. Oh. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm gonna kill tower here. I'm not sure. Well, yeah. I don't think the creeps could kill it. I'm really losing top now because Jace knows where I am. Now I recall.
So do you think it was a good rotation overall on the map?
Yes, because we got Dragon and Bot Tower. That's 2 objectives. Jace got 1. Is that right?
It's not, unfortunately.
It's not.
But it's good.
All
I mean,
right.
it's fortunate because that's what we need for the coaching, you know. So that's actually a good thing. So the thing at the moment you are going bot, their bot lane was already dying, and the rest of your team who was up on the map was already ahead. So you actually did nothing going on the Drake. It's not like you being there was the difference between getting the Drake or not. It was not. So you just went and shared experience with your ADC and shared gold on the Drake and experience on the Drake. And during that time, Jace got a ton solo that he wouldn't get if you are going there. So if you was the difference between killing or not the bot lane, it would have been a good play. But you weren't.
Okay.
Okay, what's the objective
Alright,
now
so
on the
3
map?
are I know Jace is pushing. Should I help with Herald or do I respond to top wave?
Same question. Ask yourself, are you needed on the heralds? Like, if you don't go there, do they
If
get
Jace
it?
appears right now, then Brand dies. I'd like to make sure that Brand doesn't die.
Brand doesn't
Oh,
die.
he's mid. We're good.
How is he gonna kill Brand?
Oh, well, Brand was low. If Jace did a empowered Q, then Brand could have died.
Then it's Brand's fault, and
It's Brand's fault. Oh gosh.
and
Yes.
and still, like, we're playing for Herald, right? We're not playing for not having Brand die. So do we still get Herald even if he kills Brand? Does Zac can still get Herald? That's the question you should ask yourself. Or can Jace 1v2
Right,
them
so
and get the Herald?
what's going on mid here? My team's losing. Should I back off of splitting or do I keep splitting?
What do you think?
Oh, there's Nasus.
Anyway.
Never mind, I'm out. I think I should have not responded to this top wave and I should have stuck around. Brand is dead, it's his fault.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you're never killing an ally. You're never killing an ally, that's for sure. But here I think once you've pinned Nasus, it could be a good tech to go. I mean, just to deep push the wave. You need to think about what we're playing on the map. Like, what's the next thing you're gonna play on the map as a team? What's the objectives?
Right now I defend.
Okay,
I
but
see,
and then what? After this wave?
wait till my team gets into a team fight position.
Team fight for what? For kills?
Could be for kills.
It's never for kills. You're not gonna like it, but that was bad also. I will explain everything, of course, after. Like, of course, like, I'm trying to poke you a bit, just so it makes more sense later.
Sure. Yeah, because like there's a lot of plays that I feel like I'm doing correctly. Especially with my score. Like, I'm not dead. I have a bounty. Here's where I know I have a gold lead. But I've also given, as he said, I've given Jace gold as well, which is bad.
And also,
and then when it came to, all right, so Brand here is pinging me to go to Dragon, right? But
okay.
I don't think they actually need me to be there. I think I should just stay top. Should I just go Hullbreaker? I see Senna here. He put a ward there. I'm gonna check to see if Scuttle's there. Nope, it's gone. Oh, geez, Louise. I'm free.
Okay, what's the next thing you're gonna play for as a team?
Baron.
How can you help your team get
if we
Baron?
get a pick, then we can do it.
Where's your
Here's
ADC?
where ADC is dead, so we should back off. Yeah, that's Brand's fault.
Yeah, of course it is. Okay, where do you want to be on the map?
Well, I see Kaiser responding to the top, so I'm gonna stay mid.
Mm-hmm.
Is that wrong or is that right? Oh, Jesus. That's a bit
fine.
much. Oh. Someone ignited me. Oh, it was Bell.
Okay. Again, so what's the objective?
Baron. But
How
I'm
do
not
you
sure how
have
we're
your
gonna
team?
get it.
How
I
do
see
you help
Nasa's
your
bot
team?
side. We have well, Zach's dead. We can't really get it, but Brand wants to ward it. Alright, see ya, Brand.
Okay. I will give you a tip. You're playing Tryndamere.
Yes, I should split. Is that it?
Are you winning the side lane? Do you win on side?
Not against Nasus, no.
But okay, now let's say
Nasus is
it's
bot lane,
Nasus
though.
on side. Let's say it's Nasus on side.
Okay.
Is it good for them? Is it bad for them? It's their
I think
jungler. It's the smite.
I think right now Nasus can counter me splitting, and the rest of the team can counter the rest of my team.
Okay.
I think they might be on Baron. Oh, there he is. Can we fight him? Because now I got Brand. Come here. Oh. Alright, so now they're gonna get Baron.
I don't think they are, or I don't think they can.
Well, I
They
guess
have no
not. Their
smite.
jungler's dead too. That's right.
Yes, and that's why, like, if their jungler is bot, it's winning for you. Like if you can bring the jungler bot side on the Nash timer, that's so good, so good.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to the bot lane.
Okay, way bot.
Well, you mentioned if I can bring him down bot, that'd be good.
So regarding the split, it was good because we are playing for Nash. But now what are we playing for?
Dragon. You want me to go top side now?
A bit before. Now it would have been too late. So now you're there. So you're gonna try to impact the Drake fight, right? So how do you impact it?
Uh-oh. I can impact it if I do a pick. I don't think I will get a pick.
Okay, so what?
Oh, I might actually.
Okay. Do you think your team can get Drake? Do they need you for Drake? Do they get it now?
Oh yeah, Kaiser's there. It's
Okay,
fine.
what are we gonna play after Drake?
Baron.
So
I
where should
push
you
bot
be?
lane.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Or you could maybe... Okay, you wanna do Nash. Do you think you can just do Nash?
I actually don't know. I mean, I
Okay.
assume that because of the 2 timers here, they're gonna respond to me. So I should be at Nasher instead.
It's fine as long as you commit to a decision. So yeah, like, of course, like, in order to play Nash, like, if you can just go Nash and take it, if you think you can, just go there. Or you should just go bot to open space. Or Nash
Oh,
and
there's
C.
Nasus. I run away.
Well, that's perfect. Now your team is doing Nash, and their smite is
No.
bot.
No.
Yes,
Hold
they
on.
are.
Oh, we got one. Okay, good. Brand died to Nasher.
Well, that's perfect.
Good. I'm glad that the Nasus responded to me.
Yeah.
All
And if you
right, now I
didn't,
defend.
you would get like bot inhib, and if you get bot inhib, it opens up Nash. So it's good or good.
Brand's angry.
You can mute him. Take some of
So
your
I feel
focus.
like if I was with the team, maybe I could have saved a couple allies. And if I saved a couple allies, then we have more Baron buffs going.
Yeah, but if you go to the team and Nasus goes to the team, then you're flipping Nash. And they can get it. Okay.
Alright, so since Nasus is down by himself there, I feel like I should just split mid because he has to respond to us.
Mm-hmm. So what are you gonna get here with that push?
2 towers.
Okay, and then what?
Run away. Recall.
Okay.
I see a ward there. Yeah, I'll get rid of it. Okay, so the only reason why I engaged in that is because I saw Kai'Sa coming.
Mm-hmm. So you told me about recalling, so why are we not recalling?
I'm recalling now. I definitely pushed the limits when I killed the ward. Nasus saw me, and then we went
Yeah.
on Kai'Sa. So item-wise, should I get like a Mercurial Scimitar just for Nasus slow?
I don't know. Are you supposed to fight Nasus? Are you gonna fight Nasus? And also he
No, you
still
know
has
what?
a
I'm
slow.
being told I should keep splitting, so I want to do Hull Breaker.
Yeah, it can be good. Can be good
Alright.
if you're splitting. So now what's the next objective we're gonna play on the map?
Dragon.
So
But
where
that's
should
like
we
2
be?
minutes.
And
I see Jace down here, so I'm gonna push that off.
then after pushing that wave, what you do?
Recall, then top lane.
Yeah, you could go straight there because you're not buying anything. But yes, you want to be top on Drake, and it's not too early. It's not too early to be there 2 minutes before. Okay, now ask yourself, who can match you? Let's see, who can match you? Who can they send top? Nasus. If they send Nasus, is it bad? Is it good? Are we happy about it?
Well, knowing that he's the jungler, yes, it's good.
Yes. Okay. Who else can they send you? So they don't want to send you Nasus. If it's Nasus, it's winning. Who can they send you? Push, 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 push. Cut up, cut up, cut up. Who can they send?
Jace.
Okay. Do you beat Jace?
I don't think I can anymore. I think he has too much utility for me to stick onto him.
Even with Flash, Gale Force, Ghost, and the Hull Breaker?
Possibly. I could give it a try if he comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, run away.
Yeah, really good. Pretty nice. Now we don't want to go too crazy before Drake
No.
spawns, right?
Right. So I just chill, and sometimes I'll even just, well, I guess Hullbreaker exposes the
Yeah.
cannon, but sometimes I'll just sit in the bush and I'll just wait. Also, I think this NASA's had a mental breakdown. All right, Brand died. It's his fault. So in this situation, yeah, I stay up here, but I know that there's 4 enemies on Dragon right now. Oh, nope. That ward is good in the tri-bush. So this is Elder, the best buff in the game. Should I join my team?
Okay, now yes, because you don't have the time to pressure top. But you need to be careful not to be matched by Nasus. Don't want to face check him.
Yes, I am very scared. Nasus is very strong late game. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Wait, can I get this guy? Come here. So I see Jace teleport top. I rush Dragon. Rush Elder.
And what do you do after?
Recall.
Okay, and then what?
Make sure Jace is off top lane. I'm sure he's gonna get the inhibitor, but then I split bot again.
Okay, this time in particular, I don't think it's the best for you to split bot. Can you understand why?
Well, I bought Hullbreaker, but it's because it's Baron and we're outnumbered. We don't have our jungler up right now.
And you just also got something.
Yeah, the Elder buff.
Yes, so you have the strongest buff in the game, as you just called it. So I think you just... Do you win a 5v5? Do you think you just win a 5v5 as a team? The Elder?
Yes, of course. But
well, just go for it then.
I gotta wait for these guys to come up. Oh, I'm exposed. I should run. Now I come back. And then I'll just put one here. There you go. NASA's bottom. Alright.
Okay.
What do I do with Nasus if 5 of us are splitting? I assume we win the base race.
Yeah, you probably do.
Responding. Oh, Belvet's behind us.
So what are we playing for now?
Win.
Yes.
Win right now, we win. End the game.
Yes. So that's what we're gonna use our spells and I don't think that was necessary. I would have used my ults on the turrets basically, but it's working.
It worked.
Pretty nice. Okay. Okay. A good job for the game, DUOTANG, but we have a lot to talk about. We have,
please do.
But which is exactly like why we're doing this. So it's really good. I'm really happy. Okay, nice. You can stop sharing your screen. I will start sharing my own. Up. Let's go here. Here. let's go. So do you see my screen? Do you see my mouse moving? Do you see me
I do.
watching my
It
on
is
stream?
very blurry though, because
Oh.
it says 1080p 60 FPS, but it's pretty blurry. It
Hmm.
might be just because we're like across the world. Oh, and I got 3 honors. Wonderful. I am promoted
Nice.
to gold now.
Nice. Okay, maybe you can try watching it. So keeping the audio on Discord, but then watching my stream directly, maybe. But I'm concerned that there will be a bit of a delay.
Yeah. Funnily enough, your Twitch stream is a lot clearer, but of course, there's a delay to it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
How are we gonna do this? Is it still blurry on Discord? Because sometimes it kind of fixes itself.
It's still blurry, yeah.
Let me try to reset it. Or maybe maybe I need to buy Nitro again to have Nitro.
I do not have Nitro.
Because if I have Nitro, or if I wait, if I boost the server, do we get a better quality? I'm not sure.
It's strange though, because at the top it says that there is Nitro streaming quality of 1080p 60 FPS, but yeah, no, I literally cannot read any names that are in the game that you're looking at right now.
Okay.
I guess it's kind of hard to read them.
Okay, I can try something. I can try to share not the screen but the application. Maybe that would get better. So if I do share application and then this and this, is it better? Or is it not?
It's still pretty bad.
Okay, and how much delay do we have on the stream? Like, is it like 5 seconds or is it like 15 seconds? What if? How can we test this? Well, okay, I'm raising my hands right now.
Okay.
How long before you saw me raising my hands?
Okay, yeah, that was about like 5 seconds.
Okay, I mean, we can do it. Like, I can like delay my like what I'm saying with what I'm showing, basically. Yeah, I think we can do that. You can open my stream and we're gonna work with this. So I'm gonna take so the KDA was really good. You killed a lot, etc. It looks really nice, 906. But I feel like still there were like a ton of misconceptions about the game. The first one being that the KDA actually doesn't min shit. Like, you could go 0-15 and be very impactful. Like, you could be 15-0 and then be useless. What matters is actually what you're doing at any given moment to help your team work towards victory. Basically, that's all that matters at any point of the game. And I will go like from minute 1 to the last minute. Like, I'm gonna go chronologically, play by play, thing by thing, and then I will show you like the different mistakes. So we have a few things in early game, we have a few things later, and if you have any question at any point, of course you can ask them. If I'm going too fast, you can tell me, and of course I'm gonna ask you a few questions. So the first thing, it started in Champ Select. So I asked you about like doing the thinking, and I feel like it was a bit shallow, the thinking that you gave me, because it was very like self-centered. It was very Tryndamere centered. So by doing the thinking, what you should like try to work towards is imagining that you're like a caster watching this game and commentating it, but you're not taking part of the game, and you're just looking at the comps, and then you're trying to like see, okay, this is better than this matchup is good, this matchup is bad, like whatever you can say, whatever you can do, whatever you can think of. I would tell you how I do the thinking. And of course, I'm not expecting you to go in your next game and be able to do it as far and as good as I'm doing it. But that's by at least doing the thinking and trying to at least try to think about the matchups, even if you don't know how they work, you're still gonna be able like to to get better at it, basically. So what I would do is like I would go matchup by matchup, then I would think about a random team fight at like 15 minutes for Drake, like how does it play out. Then I would think about very late game, like if we go at full items 40 minutes, does one team like straight up have the advantage? Because sometimes you're gonna say that one team does have the advantage, and then it's just like winning if you don't do anything. And then I would look at like some champion specificities, and sometimes you have like champion specificities. I'll explain those. So for example, so TRYNDAMERE versus Jace. Well, Jace is playing with phase rush, so we need to play around his phase rush, but he's not playing with Ghost. So still, like if we play around his phase rush, maybe we can look for all-ins, but we need to be careful not to be poked out and still like stay high in HP to be able like to set up all-ins. If I get a lead on Jace and if I like snowball hard, I can split push and I can sell lane versus him and I can kill him on CD if I get ahead. So I'm a win condition by myself. Okay, we have a Zac jungle. So Zac is a really good ganker. At any stage of the game, he can just jump and has a hard CC and can gank. So that's really good. He also has some pretty decent scaling. And we're against Nasus. So Nasus early on, we're not scared about Nasus ganking. Like he's super weak ganker. He wants to like just scale up, farm, get stacks, get level 6, and then he's gonna look to impact the game. Also, Nasus has no flash, which is interesting to keep in mind. Now we have Yasuo mid into Bel'Veth mid. Well, Bel'Veth mid is not like the most played champion, but it's not like a terrible laner though. But not something we know about Bel'Veth is like first it's Ignite versus Ignite matchup. So if one gets a lead, he's most likely gonna snowball. Mid can be very volatile. And then Bel'Veth wants to play with Herald to get her form and to get her like little monsters, etc. So most likely they're gonna want to play top. Interesting. And then bot we have Kai'Sa Brand with an Ignite, which is like super high scaling, in case I just broken in the meta. And then we have Ezreal and Senna, which is super high scaling. So both, if they want to be safe and not die, they can. And they're both gonna be like pretty high scalers. So Brand is good into like low range champions. Bel'Veth, Nasus, Jace. Yeah, Brand is really good into those. And then we'll see. So if because both are scaling really hard, if one gets a lead, they're gonna scale first and then they're gonna get a big lead also. So now I'm seeing that mid is pretty volatile, bot can be pretty volatile, and top can be pretty volatile as well. But I think because like it's solo queue and we should like be like carrying the weight of our teammates on our shoulders, I think it's actually decent to accept that Zac should play bot side and then I'm gonna win my 1v1 solo top. Or if Zac comes, well, we need to absolutely like shit on this guy and stomp the Jace basically. And later we have win conditions with Zac and Yasuo because Zac can just bump them and then Yasuo ulti. We have like them having hard access to us because Brand can just like ult them and kill them, etc. So we can play like what we call the front to back, getting the front lane first and then the back lane. And then they have like pretty good scaling on Nasus, on Bel'Veth if she gets Herald. So okay, it's interesting. If one team gets a lead either mid or bot, like they can actually snowball the game from that. But you can also 1v9 from the speed push. Okay, that's how I would do the thinking. Of course, it lasted for a long time right now because I explained why I was thinking a few things. But because I've been doing it for thousands of games and I've been like putting a lot of importance to it, I can do it actually pretty quickly. So were there any information that I said that you completely didn't know of? Or is it things that you could have thought of?
Well, thank you for the analysis. That was a lot more analysis than I do in all of my games.
Yes.
Like you said, I'm a very selfish player. In draft, like I just see myself fighting against the jungler and the top laner. I kind of disregard the mid and bot lane. The Bel'Veth one, when you mentioned the ignites, yeah, that makes sense. They're very snowbally. I actually kind of forgot that Bel'Veth would want to focus top lane because of Herald. But fortunately, during our game, I went to his lane and messed him up, so he just never had a chance to get the Herald, which is good. I can also see why you wanted me to focus on Herald at that point, because that also denied Bel'Veth. So, would there be more importance on Herald with the wave management if it wasn't a Bel'Veth?
I mean, if you can get Herald, you should get Herald, regardless of who the champions are. If at any point you have a timer to just get a Herald, you should get it. 100%. Like so much gold enables you play things. It denies, like when you think about it, 300 for you, but it's 300 denied for them. So it's like 600 gold diff plus at least 2 platings. So it's like 1k gold just on Herald. plus the experience it gives, plus everything. So yeah, regardless of the champion, like I did not call you Herald because it was a Belveth and you did Knight to it. Like it just called Herald because you had the timer for Herald.
All right.
Oh, by the way, also I'm saying that Kai'Sa is one of the best objective takers in the game because of her passive.
Yes.
And Brand also is. So your team has insane pressure on objectives, by the way.
Okay. That also explains why I didn't need to be involved with objectives, because we do have a Brand Kai'Sa. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in your games, you should be selfish. You're right to be selfish. But being selfish is actually making these guys work for you. It's not like forgetting about these guys. This is not selfish enough. You can be even more selfish by using them as your slaves to make your plays function. That's how you play solo queue. These guys are tools for you to bring you success. Because if these guys stay in base, like you're not gonna 1v9 like literally or 1v5 literally. They stay in base, you're not gonna win the game. So you still need them, and you still need their pressure, and sometimes you need them dying, and you did need them tilting, and like that's being selfish, but you need to understand how they function as champions and how the enemy team functions. So that's actually like, yeah, don't have that misconception of being selfish would mean like just focusing on yourself. Like you need to focus on what you can do to enable the rest of your team and their team to get the Nexus, or make them enable you get the Nexus also. Because that's what you want. We want to get the Nexus, basically. Okay, so my point for your next games is like try to do that work on the thinking, and it's gonna get better over time by itself, and it's gonna be useful because all the things that you can think of right now, you won't have to think about them during the game, and then during the game you can think of other things because like there's like a million things that you can think of. So let's relieve some pressure from your brain early on. And that could be very good. Okay, now let's get into the game. So now I am asking you, whenever a game starts, you have two responsibilities as a player. Responsibility number one is to do the thinking like we just did and extend it to our teams. Number two is jungle tracking, because what's the first objective on the map? We're gonna start playing for objectives right now. What's the first objective on the map?
So I think that since Dragon's gonna be up first, then Dragon will be the first objective up. But then I know right now in the meta, junglers often like ignore the first Dragon because they want to go for kills instead. Is that wrong?
For the answer that I was expecting, it is, because I didn't ask you what the first objective we're going to play for. I just asked you about the first objective, which would be Drake. But for me, the first objective, you actually have the timer for it. It's Scuttle Crab.
Oh, yeah, I did the thing where I helped Zach. I kind of hovered over him.
Yeah, okay. But now, think about it again. You hovered for Zach. But let's do some jungle tracking. So Zach, we know he's going to play for top Scuttle.
Right.
Where do you think Nasus is?
Well, I honestly don't know because top and bot appeared at the same time.
Right, exactly. Now, is Nasus strong early game or is Nasus weak early game?
Always weak early game for sure.
Yeah. So, do we need to play 2v1 the Scuttle, or can it just be a 1v1 Scuttle?
Oh, it could be a 1v1 Scuttle. Okay.
Yes. So you don't need to be there to help. If you had the Nasus and it was pathing top, then it could be good that you actually go and help him on Scuttle Crab. Okay? Right. Now, what's the information? We don't know where Nasus is. That's one information. So most likely Nasus is gonna full clear. Just a bit of info, like Nasus, I think that Nasus players like to start blue buff, so they can spam like ease and clear a bit faster. But he could start at like either way, like either red or blue buff. Okay, so we don't know. But what we do know is that Nasus is weak early, and Zac is strong early on ganks, and Zac is pathing to top. So when I ask you what does it mean, you told me so that you wanted to crash 2 waves and then let it push back to you. For me, I would just like kind of put it in like I would simplify it by just you need to have the wave in a good position or in a gankable position by the time he's top. You are not forced to push the wave and let it bounce back so it's in a good position by the time he comes. because maybe Jace can, like a good Jace can actually get pressure. And you actually say it. You don't know like how good you can do it, how consistently good you can do it against Jace. If you're still on my stream, there's actually like
Yeah, I'm watching. I see your TRYNDAMERE versus Nasus first win of new split is Pog.
yeah, yeah.
I like that title.
Yep. And it was really pog. Like the game was pretty pog. And here into Nasus, I actually decided, I had my jungler coming to top, and I actually decided not to crash the first 2 waves and to let him push instant. That way you can already deny him like golden experience earlier. Because if I crash the first 2 wave, this cannon wave, the 3rd wave, it would not meet here. It would actually meet here. So
Okay.
Nasus will be in a difficult position only on the 4th wave, where he will be where the wave is right now. And this way, my jungler can still like path to top, do the scuttle, and then come and force Nasus to ghost away. And now Nasus is fucked. So it's not about like crashing the first 2 waves and having it push back. It's about having the wave in a good position by the time your jungler is top. And crashing the first 2 waves and letting it push back to you is one way of doing it. But it's not the only way of doing it. I'm just putting it out there for like, you know, your further games. Here into Jace, so Jace basically like if you can get on top of him and hit like as many autos, like you're gonna win that. So it's a bit of matchup specific. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but here I think like you can actually like maybe get 1 minion in kill range, and then just like here you can dash on him basically, because he's going this way for some reason, and to drop the minions aggro, but then it means that you can just cut him through top side.
So if I were to spin in that moment, I would immediately put a ward into that middle bush to keep the creeps on him. Would that be the right call?
That could be a good idea if he's playing that bush, because the thing is, I think that if you're spinning, like you should be spinning here, around here, that way you deal damage to him as left as possible, you know, on the left of your spin, and you're also cutting his way out, because he still has phase rush. So I think that he should be playing towards his turret here. But if he's not, if he's staying in that bush, yeah, you can ward it, but like you shouldn't even ward it, because you're gonna be standing in that bush as well, so you're gonna have vision on him. Because for me, like you're setting up for an all-in here already, so you end up missing the E, which is like not the biggest of deals, and later you actually end up like he's still like he makes a big like positioning mistake with Jace, like because the map is a square, so his escape path is not here, it's here. So you can actually cut it, like, and you actually do the right E, and you actually cut it. And here you see it, so you put the ward, but you're in the bush yourself, so it would be better to keep the ward for that bush if he gets into it, because now you might lose vision if he gets in the bush. And I would just kill him because he messed up, and if you can get the extended trades, you can just win it. And now, so remember what we talked about. We want to have the wave in a good spot when our jungler comes. And now you get first blood.
So I should have let this wave push in. Well, I guess Zach is, he's pathing up top side now. So I should not have pushed. I should have let his wave push to me, because I know he's teleport, so he's going to come back right away.
Really nice. And then what could you do during that time?
Recall? Is that the recall? Really? Okay.
Yeah. Because now the next wave, it's a cannon wave. So even if it TPs, he still needs to carry this whole wave plus the cannon wave. And you got a kill, right? So that's good.
I did.
But now you have less HP, less items, because he might have bought like a refillable where you use your pot. You have less kills, less items, the wave in a bad position, and less HP, less items, and the wave in the position if you look to push. And Zac cannot gank you, and Nasus can gank you. Now, if you let it push to you, well, you have the wave in a good spot, you can get ganked, but you still have less HP and less items. If you base, you have more HP, or even HP, more items, and the wave in a good spot for Zac to gank you. So backing is the best play here, once you got the first blood.
So if the enemy top laner did not have teleport, and I first blood them,
it's even better.
Should I push this, or should I still recall anyway?
You should still recall anyway, and it's even better if he has no TP. Can you understand why you should still not look to push it?
Yeah, because I want it to crash to me, and Zac will be in a spot ready to gank for me.
This, and also the fact that the next wave is a cannon wave. and you're Tryndamere with no AD. So it's gonna take you forever to crash the next wave, which is gonna be a cannon wave. And by the time you crash it, your enemy, like his turret is gonna focus one melee minion and then focus the cannon minion. And it's gonna deal like 7 turret shots to the cannon minion before it dies. And by that time, your enemy would have had the time to come back and get at least the experience from that cannon minion. So you don't actually deny him anything. Here by basing, you deny him this whole wave, all of these minions, plus a good amount of the next wave. And then you have your item advantages that can come, etc. So it's like multiple reasons that make it better just to base here, just to press B, basically.
All right.
Okay, because now we're in that situation where you're gonna have to get the crash. But yeah, Zac cannot come, and Nasus might come. Like you're not scared of Nasus. But if it was any other jungler, like you should be concerned. And in any way, you're not concerned about Nasus, but still, look at how you use your E. I think it should never be an E in. Because now if Nasus comes, you're dead. If Nasus was in that bush, which is possible because we still don't know where he started, now you E in, now he just comes out of the bush, goes, W's you, and you're dead.
Oh yeah, if Nasus was there, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to crash that wave, you need to use your you need to keep. So you could hit those first and then E away. Maybe that could be a play, or just keep your E. And then when this happens and you crash the wave and the wave is good, and as we said, Zac doesn't need you on Scuttle, and you're actually helping him already. What should you do now?
Recall.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Wow, I gotta recall more.
Yes, sure. Especially when you get a kill. Because here, like, you got a kill, but it's like you didn't have a kill. Here, it's like you have, like, 0 CS and you're 0-0-0, basically. Because you didn't spend. Okay. But by basing here, you could go tier 1 puts and double AD. Now you're snowballing on your matchup. Now you're doing something. But here we end up, like, yeah, not being useful there. And then just Jace gets a crash. And now Jace crashed his wave, and now he gets a free recall again.
Yep, okay.
And now we're the ones having to fix the wave. And we actually like, end up getting a dive. So, but like he didn't respect it, he misplayed it. Now, once we get in that situation, there's something that's gonna be important to me. We have this situation, we have a big ass wave coming to us, and then Jace is gonna most likely recall, right? I mean,
as he should, but I don't think he did. I think he stayed.
He stayed a bit, but then he
might be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
mean, he has no mana, he has low HP, he has no TP. Like that's his only play basically, and that's what he did. I mean, anyway, like you shouldn't make plays for like considering that your opponent is gonna make a mistake. You should play according to what is the good play for them, and most likely they're gonna do that. Okay, so now we have this crashing. Let's see how far ahead we can think in time. So what do you want to do? What's your objective like?
Don't get Dove.
Okay, right now don't get
level
Dove.
5.
Are you in any risk of getting Dove actually here? Like if you don't want to get Dove, like are you in any risk? Can Jace dive you here with your amount of HP, your W? Oh, by the way, you didn't take W before level 11.
No, yeah,
I know it was
said
this
level
game
4 I would, and I didn't.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
So I've had situations here like this where I think I'm safe, and then I see like enemy Rengar come out of the tri bush behind me.
Because it's a Rengar. But can Nasus and Jace...
It's not a Nasus, no.
Sorry, you're safe. First, if you're concerned about getting Dove, then you shouldn't use your E in.
No. Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. Now, let's say, okay, so you don't get Dove. What else do you want to play for? Let's say not getting Dove is a check.
I want to make sure I catch it.
Or
I don't
like
want to lose the cannon gold.
Yeah, or basically like the whole wave, you want to farm this CS.
Yeah.
And then what?
Is this where I recall again? No, wait, I gotta slow push it, right? Should I do a crash? So
what you got to do is to recall. Like after this, you will have 1500 gold, and this guy would have gotten 2 recalls, so he's gonna have items, etc. So you need to set up yourself for a recall. So now, how to do it? You're not gonna recall on a bad wave. You want a good wave.
No. Yes.
But this wave, when it's crashing, well, first it's not a good wave because if you just back, you'd lose everything. So you're not gonna back. But what is next wave gonna do? Is next wave gonna be a good wave or not?
It's gonna be a bad wave. I need 2 waves
Why?
to stack up before I recall. Um,
Why
it's
is
gonna
this? Why is
stop
this a bad wave?
because it stops at the tower,
Mm-hmm.
and so this isn't the wave that I recall. Well, I would like to stack another wave on top of this current wave, and then that will give me a chance to recall.
Mm-hmm. So this wave, because it's being caught up by these minions, now the next
Yes.
wave is gonna meet. That's where I'm gonna use Epic Pen, like my students told me to do. So it's being held up here. So the next waves are gonna meet around here. So
Yes.
it means that if you base, but the issue is that the following wave is gonna hit first, and like it's slowly actually pushing to him, because it meets closer to your side of the wave and not closer to the middle. If this wave met the other wave that's here in the middle, it would be an even wave. But here, because it gets caught up, that's why it's a bad wave, because now first your wave is getting stacked when his wave is in a line. It makes sense?
Yep.
So your wave is gonna start hitting his wave first, so it's slowly pushing to him. So you're losing golden experience if you base. That's the reason we want to set up a slow push. So now if we want
So
to
I
set,
stay here.
yeah.
Sorry,
So
keep going.
so if you want to set up a slow push, what does a slow push mean? We're gonna. It means what it means. Like we're gonna slow.
It's not a freeze. It's when I can stack up as many waves as I can and make it crash to the enemy tower.
So you want to stack as many waves as possible, right?
Yes.
Then, because this guy wants to recall, so trading HP won't do anything because he's gonna go base anyway, and you want the slow push as slow as possible, that is terrible.
Okay, yeah, so I shouldn't be spinning into it.
Yes.
Okay.
The slow push starts now. It actually starts now. Like, you know, because the big wave is crashing, you know, or you should, or I mean, you know, I know that you know it, but you might not think about it. You should think about the fact that your next wave, like now, the situation is you still want to base, but your wave is going to be bad for a bit of time. So you need to find a way to fix it. And the best way to fix it for you now is to build a slow push. And by building a slow push, the slowest you get it, different things will happen. First, each wave you're gonna farm it a bit safer, because here, instead of having to farm like the next wave here and the following one, where is it, this way? So instead of the first one, you're gonna clear it here, and the following one here, and the third one maybe here, close to his turret, or maybe you cannot even fix it. Well, instead of that, the first wave is gonna meet up here, the second one, first one here, second one here, third one here. And this way you have more space. And by that time, 50 seconds would have passed. You have your flash, your ghost, your ultimate, and you can even look to dive and crash a million waves in a row. And this guy has no TP and it's game over. But in order to do that, you need to start slow pushing now, if you want a slow push. By the way, something that I called, which you need to notice prior, is that now, so you crashed waves and now it's pushing back to you. So is it a good wave for Jace? No, until he crashes it. This wave is like, he cannot leave this. He needs to stay to fix it and to make it crash. So what do you want to do as Tryndamere is not let him crash. And how can you do that? If you're concerned about the jungler. Yes, so you can put a ward here if you're concerned about Nasus maybe coming. And then you need to thin the wave.
Right.
How much can you thin it? How many minutes do you think you can take here?
As much as my health can manage, because I'm assuming that every time I try to kill a creep, Jace is gonna harass me.
So let's imagine you make this and this disappear. Is it still pushing to you?
Cannon and if I took all those, no.
Of course
that'll give him 4 creeps. So it's definitely not gonna push to me.
So that's my question. Like, how many creeps do you need so it still pushes to you? How many can you kill?
5, including cannon.
5 including cannon? 1, 2.
4 casters and then a cannon.
I mean, that's what I pinged.
That's what you marked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. Okay, I will give you the math of it, because this is super important, especially if you play top lane. Top lane is all about this. It's all about the wave management and the waves, especially because you have no TP. You remember when at some point he was freezing, or he looked to freeze. It was a bit before, and you were like, well, he cannot freeze because 3 minions is not enough.
Right.
Okay, so what's the this here? You think 3 minions is not enough?
No, that's gonna be a slow push.
Because
he needs 4 creeps to do a freeze.
Okay, my point is, if I was the Jace, I could freeze with those minions.
Oh, okay.
How can I do that?
Probably drag it closer to the middle.
Exactly.
A little bit more closer to the middle.
Exactly. So he can actually freeze here. He just needs to walk this way. So the thing is, why does Jace needs extra blue minions? It's because the wave is gonna start hitting first, his red wave, so he needs enemy minions to compensate for the pushing power force of his wave hitting first. That's why the closer it gets to his turrets, the more minions he needs. So around here, it's gonna be 4 minions. And by 4 minions, I mean the equivalent in power force than 4 full HP caster minions. Because it can be like 1 cannon minion and 1 melee minion. It will be enough, you know. So that's what we mean by 4 CS. If these guys were half HP and it was like 5 of them, it wouldn't be enough. Okay? Now when you get around here, it becomes 3 minions. Around here, it becomes 2. And in the middle, if you just add 1 minion, it's still gonna push to him. If he has only 1 blue minion, you know. And this is kind of what you need to keep in mind. Because here also, like, he can deal with -1. And here he can deal with -2. Etc. So it kind of goes this way. So now if we go back to our situation, up here, actually now the easiest way to do it is like cancel minions. So you cancel this one by this one. It's like an equation, you know. You cancel these 3 by these 2 and this one who are full HP, and you cancel this one with this one. So now actually, and this one, let's say with this one. So now it's pretty much like what he has is he has extra push power at a place where if he had 2, now he has plus 1.5 minions, but if he had -2, it will still push to you. I don't know if it's clear or not. Maybe it's not at that point. But my point is, like, even if you had like more CS, like it will still push to you. But here he has more CS, so you can start hitting, and you can start hitting a fair amount because he's also hitting the wave. Like that's all. Like that's if he was not hitting the wave, but now he's hitting the wave. So you need to match that damage for sure. Like you need to be hitting, and to keep that in mind. And even if you didn't have like, the exact math at that moment, well, now you can have the exact math at that moment. So now you know that to hold a freeze in this place, how many minions do you need here?
1 right in the middle, and then 2. Oh, that's like 3.
Here, yeah, here it's around 3, but here you actually have 1, 2, 3. A cannon with like a lot of HP. This one and these ones. So now you need to thin a lot. So you can actually dash, you can actually E through the minions and not auto the Jace. That's something you can even do. Like you W him first so he gets less AD. Oh, but you don't have W.
Yeah, that's a misplay. Oops.
But yeah, so you can E through the minions to deal the damage, and then you not auto him, because if you auto him, these minions are gonna hit you. Or you can walk in the way first and E through it, etc. But like at this point, it's kind of too late. Like he can get the crush, but you need to notice it here first. And you actually need to notice it here first. Because now, if you know it's not a freeze, it's a push to you. So if you know it's a push to you, you know he wants to crash it. And if you know he wants to crash it, you know you want to not let him crash it. And that actually, like everything that comes from that is foreseeable. And the fact that now I'm asking you a question and you tell me maybe I can go for a plating, etc. kind of shows that you have a hard time like planning ahead of time, like understanding that on this wave, okay, that's the situation, you're mid HP, mid Fury, it's not looking that good, you have no ghost, etc. But what matters is in 2 waves, what's going to be the situation. The situation is that you're going to have ghost, you're going to have a big wave coming with you. You could even stack 1 more waves than this if you started slow pushing before. You can have like a super gigantic wave, like the bigger you can get on top lane, and flash ghost like into a Jace, and then you can just dive him like you did, and it's game over because of that. So my only issue with this is that you had to see the dive coming. Like you saw the dive because I kept asking you questions and asking you, okay, what do you do now, etc. But you were considering backing when the wave was bad. You were considering, you also did not base. So you see, like every mistake that you did in the early game was all based on waves and the time that you have and how you're going to use that time, basically. So after killing, the wave was good for you. So because the wave is good for you, you have, like, it's basically a top lane. Is the wave good? Yes or no? If the wave is good, it means that you have time. How much time do you have? And what can I do with that time? Is the wave like bad for me? Then can I fix it? If you can fix it, you just fix it. If you cannot fix it, you just go and do something else. You just sack top lane and do something else. You don't stay with, like, a lot of players in this elo, like they get frozen on and then they just stay on the lane and they don't do anything. When you go in higher elos, if you freeze, well, the guy is gonna drop a ward in your jungle, go mid, back and go bot, like try to do something else on the map, basically. Okay, does it make sense? Was it like a bit, like, was it a bit too much? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, at this hour for me, I gotta have another day to practice these freezings.
Oh, bro, it
But
takes months and years. Like, it's just like you need to be convinced that this is really important and this is what top lane is.
yeah, I definitely saw, like, I'm definitely short-sighted. When it came to the Jace dive, it's literally that moment where I look at the levels, I see my 2 waves stacked, and then I think, okay, sure, I'll dive. But I don't think about that 2 waves ago.
Okay, well, you can start trying with 1 wave, you know, like I'm not saying like you should start like thinking about like 5 waves prior. Like I could do it because I've been doing it proactively. Like when I started the game season 7, the first week someone told me, bro, you can do something to win top lane, you can freeze the lane. And someone taught me about freezing lane my first week on the game when no one was freezing in season 7. Like no one was doing like wave management, etc. like as much as today. So I spent like the last 6 years thinking about it. Only playing top, playing champions that matter a lot with the wave management, like playing Nasus, Garen, and TRYNDAMERE. And I spent 6 years doing it proactively. And then I tried to think 1 wave prior. And when I was able to think 1 wave prior, I started to think 2 waves prior. And then 3 waves prior, and then 4 waves, and then 5 waves. So all you need to do is, if you're not thinking 1 wave prior, you should start to do it. Like here, for example, like you see, this is not a cannon wave. So, and you have a big wave stacked in. So most likely Jace doesn't have the time to come and crush this wave by the time you come. So that's why I think Zerkers are really important, because by the time you come, the wave is going to be on your side and it's not going to be crushed in just like that. And now you can look for maybe an all-in on Jace. I mean, if you had ult or anything. Or maybe now you need to try to hold the wave if it's not like pushing it all the way. And if it's not the play, and if it's crashing, well, what can you do? What's the timer? In 50 seconds, you have your ult. And he has no flash. And you have more movement speed, like a lot more movement speed. So here, I would be like slow pushing, just like we talked about before. Slow pushing as slow as possible, and I would do the exact same thing that we did into Jace. Exact same thing. I would slow push. So here, like, okay, yeah, that's I wouldn't do that. And that's why I wouldn't go Tiamat, actually. Because by buying Tiamat that early, now, I mean, it's okay to build Tiamat, but now you need to play it according to your Tiamat. So now you need to instant the waves, perma push, and then take something from it. So I understand like Ranger is calling about perma pushing if you have a Tiamat, because that's why you're building it. But me personally, I wouldn't go Tiamat. This way I could hold, like here I could actually slow push again, dive the Jace with my superior mobility on my next ult, get 2 more platings, and then guess what? I do it again. because now the wave is like slow pushing into me, and if he can crash it, well, I slow push it, and I bring a big wave, and I dive him a third time, and then game is over, basically. And top lane is that simple. Like that's top lane, and you can do this until like even like high diamonds, and it's still gonna work.
Great.
Okay, so now we have Tiamat. So now it's gonna be a bit different. So what should we do with our Tiamat here?
Push.
Push.
Push like a donkey. Push like a monkey.
Once you push like a monkey, why is
Yes.
it good? It's because now Jace has a bad wave. This is crashing into his turret. So Jace
Yes.
is pinned here. He has to stay. So now you have time to do something. So what would you do? So here you're gonna instant that wave. What do you do after? What can you look for?
Herald.
It's not up
Is
yet.
that rock? Oh.
38
Wait, like,
seconds.
what do you want?
This wave, on this
yeah.
wave.
Oh, I'd force it. Should I have not force it?
But you can't, it's not up yet.
So are you asking like what I should do to the current wave here?
Yes. So now, here, like we agreed that you should push it. You should push that
Right.
current wave. But then
Yes.
what do you... So this gives you time, because now, like the next time you want to be top is by the time you're gonna lose golden experience by not being top. And the next wave has not spawned yet. So you actually have time now. You have a lot of time. You have like 20-25
Oh.
seconds. That's how you
Yeah,
need to think about it.
I think this was when I went to mid lane to help them out. To help out Yasuo.
But
Was that the wrong call?
yeah, I'm not asking you about what you did. Here, looking at it, what could you do? What could you use the time that you're gonna get now? Now you have time, and you have a lot of time. What could you do now? What could be good place? Can you dive?
Ward enemy jungle? I don't know.
Okay, that's something. Yeah, we could. Can we do even better than warding the enemy jungle?
Should I take a plate?
Can you take a plate safely and freely?
No, I'm gonna get damaged by Jace.
I would call. Okay, what about these golems?
Recall? Would I recall?
I mean, do you have something to buy? If you have something to buy, why not?
No, I mean I could buy a longsword, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to go for the Krugs?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
For example,
Krugs.
something important, Nasus has no flash. So even if Nasus comes to the Krugs, you can dash through the wall, and that's it. And this way you get information Nasus. Your bot lane knows that they can just get a gank 2v3, and they can also play for the Drake. You open up the Drake for that reason. Like if Nasus comes, it's winning. If Nasus doesn't come, it's winning. It's just winning at that point. So my point, if you buy Tiamat early, you're kind of fucking your opportunity to just kill the Jace again and again, because now you cannot build a slow push. You can just he can just stay under his turret, let you push, and then he just stays safe under turret and tries like not to trade HP. So now what you should do is like looking to extend your lead, to push the waves and now extend your lead, either mid, either in jungle. So my call here would be like you push this and now instant you walk towards like the enemy jungle, for example. If he doesn't come, okay, maybe you can go for plating here because he's late. He's being late. I don't know why. Why the fuck would he go like this way instead of going straight?
Oh yeah, he came out of Tribush.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know
no
what he was
reason
doing
at
there.
all.
Okay.
So it's fine. You got the plating. Nice. Now guess what? We're gonna do it again. But no, that's bad. That's why it's bad to rotate here. Because now this wave is coming and you have a Tiamat. You should instant push that wave. Okay, if this wave was a cannon wave, I would be fine with you moving. Because no, Jace is gonna take... If it was a cannon wave. Because this way, if it was a cannon wave, Jace would take forever to crash it. Because it's a cannon wave. And then, by the time you're losing golden experience, your turret would have hit like 8 times. So now you have all the time that Jace is crashing it, plus your turret is hitting 1 melee, then the cannon minion to move. So if it was a cannon wave, you have like 25-ish seconds to move. But because it's not a cannon wave, now Jace can instant kill that wave, and now you have to go back quick top, so you actually move for nothing. And if you committed mid, well then he can get platings also. So if you just wait a bit and accept to just stay top, clear that wave in a second because you have Tiamat, and now you move, well you would actually be able to get Herald, because now Jace is gonna be stuck with that wave, and maybe even with the next wave. Because the next wave is going to be cannon. And by the time he crashes the cannon wave, you would have taken Herald. Because here you will be top, clearing the wave, and now you'll be moving, and now you'll be there on Herald on spawn. Oh, by the way, your timers are not correct. Like it shows 7 seconds, but Herald is.
Oh yeah,
up.
no, that's poor Professor's fault. Blame the app.
Okay. And yeah, that could be a play, or you could be moving mid. That could be a play because you know that Jace is the one losing by default, but here you will be the one losing now. So here, same. You should instant push that wave. I don't know where. Like we're buying Tiamat. I don't know where we're not instant pushing that wave and looking to do something. That's when I call for either Herald or Proxy. Like it's because it's what I think you should have been doing. Like from the moment you bought Tiamat and came back. Like that's your strength right now. It's pushing. So maybe you can walk with that wave and then you proxy. And if Nasus comes on you again, like you just eat through a wall and then nothing happens, and you give the vision on for your team, etc. Or he doesn't come and then you just proxy. No, Nasus is dead, so you should just clear the wave and get Herald instant. But again, you rotate before pushing the next wave, which is fine if it was a cannon wave. But it's not, so now Jace can just clear the wave and get platings for himself. And you don't create that much of a differential. Like in League, what matters is not the gold that you get, it's the diff that you create. Like it's gonna be more important. And here you don't create that much of a big difference. And it's just a bad general idea. Again, like if you killed Belveth, it's not because you moved. It's because you moved and Belveth griefed it. So you shouldn't like take that as too big of a win, you know? Belveth, she has 4 dashes here. She has 4 dashes and Yasuo has a Q, and she decides to dash in and use E for nothing when Yasuo has Q. Like that's her being stupid. That's not you being at the right place at the right time. So yeah, hopefully you will be able to see it in your following games. And now maybe we can instant clear the wave. No, it's 2 normal waves, right? So you need to have the rhythm in your mind. Like this is not a cannon wave. This is not a cannon wave. So it means that the next wave is gonna be a cannon wave, right? Every 3 waves is a cannon wave.
Right.
So you should keep that in mind.
I've always been in the mindset that I have to stay for cannon and leave when it's not a cannon. But you're telling me it's the other way around. I leave when it's a cannon and I stay when it's not a cannon wave. Okay.
Yeah, because cannon wave gives you time. I mean, that's if you want to do something with your time, of course. Like sometimes you want to... I mean, if what you want to do is like dive the guy, then of course you should stay top. But here, you cannot really dive him without ulti, for example. So now, look at how long he's stuck. Now he clears the wave and now he's clearing the cannon wave. And by the time you come back, well, you would have actually gotten that cannon XP if you dashed through that wall. That's why I was calling like, yeah. I mean... Yeah,
that was where I was indecisive.
But here, like, that's why we're playing for. You got the gold, you got everything, you got the win. Take it as it is, and now you go here, and you would have missed only 2 CS of experience for that Herald. If you went for the Herald on a not cannon wave, well, first you would have the time to clear the wave and go and check Herald if you want to, and second, by the time you do it, even if it just pushes, you see all those turrets that put the cannon low HP, they would actually kill like 3 or 4 minions, so you actually lose way more experience by moving not on the cannon wave timer. And now we have Heralds. So now my call is, you should wait for the next cannon wave and base with the Herald fast base instant.
Yeah.
When it comes.
Yeah, here's where I kind of struggled with knowing when to base.
So. Yeah. So now you understand that what I'm calling for is that it's okay if you trade almost all of your HP to clear the next wave, because you're gonna back anyway. Your HP is useless. Just you need not to die, basically. So here I will walk up aggressively, look to clear the next wave as fast as possible, and look to back as fast as possible. Because here, see, all this time you're losing by just like kind of twerking around. Like here for me, like I would just look to go out of his vision and press B. Or here you can press B because you cannot even hit the Q. And if you don't lose that 1, 2, 3 seconds, you would actually get that cannon when you come back.
Yeah, like I said, I've always been in that mentality where I should stay for cannons.
Yeah.
But you're telling me to leave when cannon comes.
Yeah. Okay. And that's why you're actually 3-0. But look at your turret and look at Jace's turret. So you're dominating, but you're not. Like you're ahead, but you're not stomping like you should be. He's getting so many things for free. Okay, so this is gonna be it for early game. And this is something that you need to implement in your games 100%. Maybe, of course, like it's a bit of self-promotion, but it's also a bit of helping you. Maybe like come to my streams whenever I'm playing, and you will see like how like, because that's all I'm playing for, how obsessed I am about the waves and the result of it. Or you can just watch some VODs on the YouTube channel, and you will see like how I'm obsessed about cannon waves, and it keeps talking about it. Next wave is cannon, next wave not a cannon, this is not a cannon, so I can crash it, this is cannon, but he has the time to crash it because it's a volley burst, so I'm still gonna stay, this is not, this is like, this is what we're playing for early game, and that's how you're getting platings, and that's how you're saving platings, etc. Just wave manipulation. And here, yes, so you missed the timer to put Herald, so my point is like, you just yeah, you should just put Herald right now and just look to get the turret. It's fine, we still get the turret and the crash. And now I think that we shouldn't go crazy here. You have a good amount of goals.
I always greed for a second charge.
The second charge is good, and it charges.
Yeah.
But that's not what you
always greed for it.
You don't greed here, you don't greed for the charge. The charge happened.
No.
You greed for damage, you're not gonna get the T2. If you're gonna get the T2, maybe, why not? Get that extra damage. But here, we don't have info on Belvez, and she's actually moving. We don't have info on Nasus. You have a good amount of gold now. And also, the wave is really good, because now it's again, waves again. You don't want to give that T1 to Jace. But now if you reset, by the time you come back, Jace doesn't have the time to push all the way back to your turret. But if you stay a bit and you come back later, well, Jace, well, he actually didn't stay top, but if he stayed top, he had the time to actually like push. And here you're actually bleeding golden experience, you see? You're actually like leaving the wave in a bad state, and now it's pushing to them, and you're actually losing a lot. I know Jace got a lot. Oh, okay, now we're getting into mid game, and now that was terrible also. Okay.
Yeah, here's where I definitely struggle. I'm never sure if I should help out my teammates or if I should just be a monkey and keep splitting.
Okay, okay. So I will take you what I think about. So in some games, the right play would be to go bot. In some games, the right play would be to go top.
Right.
So I will tell you what you need to be looking for. First, like you need to keep looking at the state of bot lane. Here you're talking about killing them, but by the time you're gonna get there, they're already gonna be dead. Like they have no more HP, etc. So now you need to think, okay, let's think about it. If you go top, what can you get top? If you go top on this timer, going back from the base, what can you expect to get? What can you play for?
That wave that's in there right now, and I'm assuming I can get another wave after that. So it'd be 2 waves.
Okay.
Oh shit, you want me to go for the tower?
I mean, okay. if you're going top, you can. I'm not saying you can just get it, but I mean at that point you're pretty far ahead of that Jace. But you can play for it. You can play for this objective, which is top turret. Okay? What does top turret get you?
500 gold. I think actually, around 500.
Yeah, 600.
600 gold. Okay.
600. Okay. So that's what we have to get on top, possibly. Now, if you go bot, what can you get? What can you what can you play for?
Well, so with my plan that I thought about killing Ezreal and Senna, I didn't realize that Zac would kill them. Well done, jungler. But so in this position, I like to try to open up the map more by getting bot power, and that can give me a chance for also helping out with Dragon.
Okay, so by going top, you can play for top turret and 600 gold. By going bot, you can play for bot turret, maybe 1 kill on Senna. So that's like 300. And a Drake.
Yes.
And now you can do your math. Like what sounds better, what looks better, etc. I will tell you my own math. What I would do here in this elo, in this game, in this situation. I would still go top. The reason is, the reason why I would go top personally, I mean, both are good or bad for different reasons. By going bot, I mean, I'm TRYNDAMERE and I'm pretty fed, yes, but I have no flash, no ghost, and my ult is coming a bit late. I mean, I'm still gonna have my ult, so I'm just gonna have my ult. And I'm also gonna share golden experience, you know, with my team. because Zach is gonna be there on Drake, etc. And I can get that T1 bot, okay. And we can get that Drake, okay. So I mean, it looks good, but I don't think that second Drake or their first Drake is actually gonna be like what makes us win or lose the game. I'm playing in solo queue, I'm playing like to stomp, to 1v9, etc. I think that getting the extra 600s can be pretty good for me. Also, if they come and match me, if Nasus matches me top, well, guess what? I still get the Drake. So by going top, I can also add the Drake to the equation if they come and contest us. Maybe. And also another thing is, where do I want to be after Drake? After Drake is done, what will be the next objective? Where do I want to be on the map?
Top lane. Oh, wait.
What will be the next objective? Let's take the questions.
Next objective is Herald.
Okay, so the next objective is going to be top. Where do I want to be as Tryndamere with 2 items? Because by that time you will have 2 items.
Right.
When I hard win the side lane and I shit on my Jace when there is an objective top, where do I want to be on the map?
Well, I feel like the right answer is bot lane now, so my allies can do Herald.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So, like basically, the answer is pretty quick. Like, as Tryndamere, do you win your side lane? Yes, then go side lane. That's it. Like, if you win your side lane, you should side lane. And by side lane, I mean at the opposite of the objective. So my reasoning for going top would be that first I get 600 gold for myself, so I get my next item power spike. And this way, I will be very fed and very big, and I'll have flash and ghost and a lot of gold whenever I will go bot. And that bot turret, I can take it later, because that's why, like, I'm gonna be bot later on, so it's fine if I keep that bot turret for later, and then I will play for these 2 turrets. So I'd have opened up the whole top side, and then I can go bot and try to play for these turrets. That's why personally I would have went top, because I'm so confident and I'm thinking ahead of time. So it's fine if you go bot, if you consider that it's gonna open up Drake, etc. But now the conclusion of all of this is, in these situations, as Tryndamere, when you're walking back to the map and you're not sure about your options, or you have different options, you should walk mid. The reason for that is that by walking mid, you give yourself more time to get information. Because by the time you're here, well, maybe a play would have happened mid, because maybe like they're gonna try to collapse on that Yasuo. Maybe because he's pretty pushed out. Maybe a play happens bot and you realize by that time that, okay, now I need to go on Drake, and then you can just go bot. Or maybe you realize that, okay, Zach killed both of them, my team is coming, they're gonna get Drake without me, and then you can go top. By default, if you're not sure of where you should go on the map, go mid. And not go mid like to start and push that mid and deny Yasuo golden experience. Start walking mid, so you give yourself more time to get information on the map, and then you can make the right decision. So probably I would have like walked mid and then still decided to go top.
Right.
Most of the times, like when I'm giga smurfing and giga stomping top, I actually get the 3 turrets first before, like if it's like before like 20 minutes, I actually get like the 3 turrets, get Herald, and then go bot with Herald. Like that's the best thing you want to do. But first, like you're gonna get as much as possible top, because then you know that you're gonna be bot. Like after 20 minutes, Tryndamere is supposed to be bot most of the time, like in most of the games. So that's kind of what you want to do. So I wouldn't like want to start working on bot. But still, once you commit to a decision, it's fine as long as you play that decision well. So remember how we talked about playing for the bot turret, etc. And remember how you just bought Hydra and you instant the waves. So now why are we going around this wave? Why are we not pushing it? For a kill on Senna?
This is a bad learned lesson for me. And it's that I feel like if I have a lot of gold, I can kill a lot of people. And if I can kill a lot of people, that happens in team fights. So if I hang around my teammates, then kills will happen.
Okay. Now I will tell you like one way to really fix it. Imagine if you push that wave. Now you're gonna have a team fight, because now they have something to defend. Imagine you go there and you kill the Senna and someone comes and you kill them. What do you have to do after that? walk all the way back to your wave and push it all the way back in, and then you get something out of it. If you start by pushing, you will get all the gold, all the experience from the waves. You will be in a position to threaten the turret, and if they don't come to the turret, because this guy is dead and this guy is very low HP, you just get the turret, and if they do come, now you have the turret plus the team fight that you talked about. Team fights are gonna happen on pressure points, and pressure points are objectives and turrets. This is where the team fights are gonna happen. Right. Where the champions are is not where the team fights are gonna happen or should happen. Does it make sense?
Yep. But so, like I said, it's like a bad learned lesson for me. An example would be like that Brand. He died a lot because he was fighting a lot, and so I just kind of feel like I should be a teammate and like kind of like cover over him if possible.
Yeah, so that's terrible. That's a terrible way of playing the game, because now like you're putting a glass ceiling over your head, and you're gonna be as good as your teammate. You're gonna be as good as your worst teammate if you're gonna follow their calls, you know, and that will be pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, no, like you just wanna get what's gonna win you the game, and even if Ren died, like it's and okay, you're playing. If you were playing Thresh, you could do that. Like some Thresh players, if they tell me I'm gonna compensate for the bad decisions of my team, yes, because they have a W that compensates for the bad plays of their team. If someone is playing Lulu, why not? But you're playing TRYNDAMERE, what are you gonna do? Press W? Like, it's not your mission, it's not your role. And now look at that. You had like so good, like you had insane CS or really good CS, 122 at 14 minutes. So it's not insane, but it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. But now 122, 122, 122, and you didn't farm one CS for 2 minutes.
No.
And you're playing TRYNDAMERE. And you see how I was talking about, if I went top, I knew that I would get my second item and be bot where I need to be after the Drake to apply pressure bot with 2 items and a flash and a ghost. Well, now you don't have your ghost, you're on the wrong side of the map, you don't have your second item, and Jay's got like a lot of resources. And now you're not like, you cannot just instant kill the Jays for nothing. So this is just like the consequence of like all, like your TRYNDAMERE, you need to be like, TRYNDAMERE is a very gold hungry champion. He needs a lot of gold to function. So you need to always be hitting something that's giving you something, resources, a turret. Like you need to be proactive with this champion. It's part of his identity. So here you do something that I really like, is that so you bring Jay's topside. You realize that you cannot just dive him because you don't have like a gay force, you don't have your ghost yet, like you cannot just go for the kill, which is crazy after being 4-0-0 by the way, because of the bad wave management. And now so you decide to pin him, and now you're gonna move on the map, and now it's a 5v4. Really good. I'm fine with it. I mean, I would rather have you like be bot first, etc., and then let your team do the thing and pin Jay's bot side and the top side. That would be better. But still, this idea of pinning someone and then rotating and then playing the fight is really good. And now,
wonderful. Okay.
But so I'm telling it because later you're not gonna do it.
No, okay.
But here it's really good. So that's a good idea. That's a very good way of making use of your champion. And now 3 are dead. Ezreal is here. It's only Jace. Are you needed here on that Herald? Like, it's a really bad idea to be thinking that I'm gonna stay because if Jace comes, this guy is gonna die. Like, first, if this guy dies, it's not because Jace comes. It's because Jace comes and he plays terribly. Because like like a Q won't kill him. So he just needs to see Jace and he walks back. And they kill Jace. 2v1, they kill the Jace. So now your best play is to be hitting something. Your TRYNDAMERE. Here sharing, like, what are you gonna get? 75 gold? Something like that? From sharing the Herald?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
You're even leaving. Yeah, but it's secured already. That's not securing it's like the Drake. When you're hitting the Drake is secured already. Securing an objective means that if you're not there, you don't have it. And if you're there, you have it. It does not mean that just hitting the objective for no reason. You have Zac with the smite full HP on Herald. It's secured. And all of their team is dead. It's secured already. So now go get something. What can you go and get? What could you play for here?
In this moment, could I go for... All right, yeah. So you're like... I think very heavily right now in this moment to grab objectives. Whether if it would have been mid lane, Herald, or yeah, that's kind of it. Like I wouldn't think about pushing top wave, even though I think top wave would be the right answer.
Yeah, well, okay, you need to, okay, maybe you need to start thinking about your power spikes also. On Tryndamere, it's really important. The power spikes on Tryndamere are giga important. You're a stat checker champion. You need to stat check. And to stat check, you need to have the items. To have the items, you need to have gold. So you need to be thinking, like, the objective is secured here. The mid turret, they're pushing it already. Like, they don't need you for the mid turret. So now you need to be going, I would go Gromp and then top wave. Or I would go top wave and then Krugs. Because if I have the time for it, I have the time. And then I would base and buy my second item and see if we're playing for Nash, because it's going to spawn in like 2 minutes, or if we're playing for Drake. If I feel like we're playing for Nash, I go bot. If we're playing for Drake, I go top. And that's it. That's simple.
Okay.
So actually, playing at a better level is not complicating the game. It's simplifying it. Like, it's gonna be like always the same patterns. It's so simple. And now you have your item now. I think you have the gold for Gale Force. Or you just back and buy Gale Force. Okay, really nice. And now where do we want to be? So now there's a bit of a weird situation where they get killed, etc. So
yeah, so here's where Nasus just starts griefing. He just constantly splits. Fortunately for me.
Yeah, but the issue is like we're concerned about it for some reason. He was griefing, but you were gonna like counter grief it by not like wanting him to face you on side lane at some point, or like you were concerned about it at some point until we realized that he was completely griefing. But here he's right to be top. Like here Nasus is right to be top.
Okay.
He should be considering going like slowly into bot if they think that they want to play for Drake. But they could play to trade Drake for Nash. But here, what are you playing for? So yeah, we'll press pause here. We'll see if we learned anything. What are we playing for as a team? Or what should we be playing for as a team? Yeah, there's one thing to defend, and there's two things to try to get.
Okay, so
simplify it. Make it simple as possible.
All right. Well, I'm defending mid, but I see Brand there. But I see Baron as well, so I should be splitting bot side. No, but then Kaiser's already bot side.
Just answer the question. Just answer the first question. What do we want, or what can we play as a team? Like offensively, what do we want to maybe grab? And what are we looking to defend? You already answered for the defense. We're defending tier 1 mid. Really good. Now what two things that we want to play as a team, or we could want to play as a team?
Would it be Baron?
Baron is one, and the other one is?
Dragon.
Okay, that's it. That's simple.
But Dragon's like a minute 22.
Okay. But that's still like an objective that you want to play in. A minute 22 is when you, like if you want to play Dragon, a minute 22 is exactly when you want to start setting up vision, setting up position. Like if you want to play Drake, like the goal is not to be here 10 seconds before the objective, and then when the objective spawns, you're on it. The objective is prior to the objective to get vision here, get the wave pushed in, get the position, make sure that someone is matching us, have vision on Nash so that they cannot just trade Nash for Drake, and then we do Drake. 1 minute and 22 is very short in this game for an objective. Okay, so now, how do you, as Tryndamere, as a fed Tryndamere with 2 items in this situation, 40 seconds prior to a Nash and minute and 22 prior to a Drake, how do you help your team get the objective? So first, like, what objective is your team looking to play here? What are they looking to play?
Probably Dragon.
Probably Dragon. Okay. How do you help them get Dragon right now on this timer when you're here on the map? As Tryndamere, who has a flash, a ghost, Gale Force.
I gotta kill someone.
Where?
If I have
when?
summoners.
What? With who? Kill who? When? Where? Why? Kill someone so now? You want to kill someone? Let's say you can kill. Okay, let's say you kill Belvet here. Is it good? Does it help you get Drake?
I think it can, but I mean, ideally, we kill the enemy jungler. It's a Nasus. I cannot solo Nasus. Should I aim for Ezreal?
Okay, I will give you my answer. So, like, killing someone, just killing someone is never gonna be like the answer. I mean, sometimes it's like making a pick, why not? And then like you have to add the position. But first, it's too early to kill Belveth. If you kill Belveth, she's gonna respawn in how long?
level 13. Is that like 26 seconds?
Something like that. Let's say 30.
The timer.
So you kill her,
30.
it takes you 15 seconds. She respawns, it takes her 45. Now she comes back to Drake. Does it take her 45 more seconds to come back to Drake? No.
Oh, no.
So if you kill her, she's just gonna be there on the next fight.
Right.
And you would have probably spent your ult, maybe your Ghost, maybe your Gale Force, and then you have nothing for the Drake. So now I'm gonna tell you my answer. It's either to get that dragon for my team, I'm either gonna create a pressure point. I'm gonna create pressure by the time dragon is up or it's gonna spawn. I'm gonna create pressure that way. If they come as one, or well, I can just rotate, just like you did on Jace. You know, when he came and you rotated. Well, if someone defends, I can just rotate, and if they come as 2, my team can just play a 4v3, and that's it. So I can do it mid. I can look to do it top, but I need to sprint to top lane because I don't want to do it too early. You know, it's 120, too late, I mean. Because now it's going to spawn in 122, so if you wait a bit and then you go top, by the time it's going to spawn, like, no one will have the time to match you. So yes, you get T2, but your team might be in a 5v4 situation. Or, because I'm 2 items Tryndamere, and I have a flash, and I have a ghost, I would probably look to participate in the team fight on Drake. So I'm going to wait for Drake to spawn, have the position, wait for my Zac to be there, not go crazy here. Like, if my Zac, Yasuo is dead, Zac is bot. Like, it's not when you want to engage a fight. I'm gonna wait for Yasuo to come here. Remember how in Champ Select, it was an hour ago now, but we said that Zac Yasuo was a win condition? Because they can like Zac can just jump on people and then Yasuo ults. And then during that whole time you can just dash in and DPS. Well, let's wait for our combo, you know? Let's wait for Yasuo to be there. Let's wait for Zac to be there. Let's wait for Brand and Kai'Sa to be in a position to hit the Drake also, because as we said, they clear objectives really fast. And during that time, I can like either look to apply pressure. I would really like to put a ward on Nash, because again, like if you were playing for Drake, enemy team can just ignore it and look to duo Nash with Belveth and Nasus, for example. So maybe put a ward. So if I want to fight on Drake, I would put a ward on Nash and then go and fight on Drake. And if I want to create pressure for my team, I would either get the mid prio, stay mid, and just like push it whenever the Drake is gonna spawn. Either dive someone and keep pushing mid if I don't really care about the dragon, or if I care about the dragon, bring someone and just rotate. And it, when you think about it, it sounds maybe complicated, but it's actually simpler than just kill someone. To kill someone, like you don't have a particular plan to kill someone. You don't know if you can actually kill someone because you don't know where the rest of their team is. You don't know like how consistent it can be. Do you know if this guy has a flash or not? Probably not, because we're not timing flashes. So killing someone is actually way harder than just waiting and then either playing pressure. If you bring one, you rotate. If you don't, like you just play the team fight. But here, now you're forcing a fight and you're running into no vision. When Yasuo is dead, Zac is dead, and even if you kill the guy, it's not gonna do anything, because by the time Drake is up, these guys are gonna be back on the map. So like you're just now you wasted flash and Gale Force and ult before the objective timer. So this is why this is not good. You kill Jace or Belveth and you get 450. But what for? For 450 gold? That's not gonna get you the Nexus. You're already ahead in terms of gold. You don't need gold for a power spike. You got your power spikes. So now we're playing for the objectives. And now we end up finally getting that objective. Oh yeah, the timers are messed up, I think. Yeah, they feel a bit weird. But now look at that.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward.
So it's really good. So now you pin Jace. And now is a really good timer to go on Drake. Now what happens is what we talked about. When I said maybe create a pressure point and rotate to my team. Well, that's it. Now Jace is stuck top. And now you can rotate to your team and create the 5v4 situation. And get the Drake. Because the overall Dexter secured it. But you get the idea. Like, that's something that I talked about prior to the Drake. When you were still like defending about mid and thinking about killing the Belveth 1v2. I was talking about going top to open up Drake. And now we got Drake. So now what should we do? With 800 gold, Because here you have 800. So your 5 kills are like 0 kills. You're 0, 0, and 1.
Oh, okay.
So we want to spend our gold and go.
So I just recall.
And yeah, just recall and then go. We're on the map. Easy. What objective are we gonna play?
For Baron.
Okay.
So
do you as Tryndamere win the 1v1 at that point with 2 items, Ghost, Gale Force, Hydra against Jace?
Well, you're saying yes, so yes.
Okay.
I lack the self-confidence to believe I could.
Okay, well, if you're lacking self-confidence, what you can still do, because what I'm saying is if you beat him, you can just bring him bot and then dive him and then get the turret, and then someone will have to match me, to match you, so it would be 1 dead, 1 bot, so it's a 4v3 for your team. But if you're not confident that you can kill him, you can still bring him bot again. During that time, you would have farmed gold and experience on your way up there, which is important on Tryndamere because you're working on your 3rd item, and then you rotate to your team. But you don't want to just back and go mindlessly mid or top. Because Yasuo is probably gonna farm mid, and Kai'Sa is probably gonna farm top, or the opposite, and then you're just like sharing gold and experience. Unless you're confident that as 5, as a team, you can just go around Nash and just kill them 5v5 and do Nash, then yes, that's what you should be doing. But I don't think that at that time of the game, it's what you were like planning for. Also here, Kai'Sa is dead. Like there's like, we don't want to take part in that fight, and I'm happy that we don't take part in that fight. Just Gale Force into maybe KS, and now we're almost in the same situation. Like you can play to defend that mid wave, if that mid turret. I would agree if you go crazy to defend that mid turret, and you just ult and you just dash in, and then they don't get mid turret.
Oh, okay.
Right. I would be happy with that play. But if you're not going for it, you should be, you should be looking to clear that wave if they keep pushing. Yeah, I think the best play would have been to just like ult and maybe not suicide though. So maybe we're waiting for that next wave. But yeah, if you're gonna ult, it should be for that mid wave, in my opinion. And now it's okay, everything happened. And now we can look to go bot, but now Nasus is going bot. But Zac is not up. So we're gonna just waiting. Team died. Nasus being bot is really good for us. But now team died, so now we're not gonna get Nash even if you go top. So now I think you should be the one defending top. And now look at that. You're sending your ADC to bot. And now your ADC that's really good for taking objectives really fast is bot lane.
Bot lane.
Because you went top lane. You have, like, you're super fast on the map. You have dive potential. You don't have the best DPS on Nash because you didn't go Kraken. And also Kai'Sa can be in danger against Jace, where again, like, you're not. Gonna have to take my word for it though. And here, like, I don't agree about this play, this go in. Like, you can say, yeah, but we kill Nasus on Nash timer. Yes, but look at Nasus. Where is he going? In. Now imagine a world where Nasus just goes this way. Well, now it means that you're taking a 4v3 because Yasuo is dead, your ADC is bot, so you're just taking over 4v3 around Nash, and if they win it, they just get Nash. So I don't think it's a good play. I think it became a decent play just because Nasus went crazy and decided to trade his life for Brent, which is stupid by him.
Right. So like you wouldn't see this happen in higher elo. This has happened here. So I got lucky.
Oh, it happens higher elo. You'll be surprised. Actually, so the video that I think it just got posted. Oh shit! I think a video just got posted on my YouTube channel, and it's called "The Truth About Master Elo," and it's actually the truth about Master Elo, and you see that's, bro. Like all of the mistakes that we are talking about, they still happen in low masters. They still happen even in GM. Less often for sure. Like here I'm seeing like 1 mistake per second, like basically, but they still happen way too often. And here, so we have the Drake spawning. It's gonna be soul point, and I do agree with you going bot here. And the reason is because by the time you're gonna be top and applying pressure and creating a pressure point, the Drake will already be spawning or spawned. So by the time they will have to react to, oh shit, Tryndamere, stop, we need to send someone, well, the Drake will already have spawned and your team is still playing maybe a 5v4 situation. So that's why I would agree that if you want to play for the Drake, now it's okay not to go top. Because you don't have the time to apply pressure prior to the objective. Now the objective is gonna spawn in 30 seconds. You're gonna have, again, Flash, Ghost, with 3 items actually on Tryndamere. How do you play for this Drake? How do you help your team getting this Drake?
Vision in the blue side. If I have, no, I don't have any wards.
But that's okay. Darn. But that's the good idea. Okay, vision, and then what? If you cannot get vision, what do we do?
Yeah, honestly, at points like this, I kind of just stand in the pit and wait until Dragon comes up because I see Kai'Sa come into Dragon as well.
Well, even better than standing in the pit would be like standing like where you put a ward, so you could get the flank situation. Like if they go and commit on the Nash, you could flank and go on their back lane, which could be good. But what you shouldn't be doing is keep pushing bot here, because if you keep pushing bot here, they have the time to collapse on you, make you use ult or ghost or flash or anything, or maybe even kill you, and then still go on Drake. So you don't want to apply pressure too early, and here you trade half of your HP for nothing, and now we're gonna like be playing that fight with like a third of our HP missing. So it's not a big deal here, but overall, like the right idea is just like that what you did here, you should have done it 1 wave ago. Because when Jace came from the bush and dealt a lot of damage to you, well, it could have been Jace and Nasus and Senna actually. Like look at where Senna is. Senna could hit you through the wall, and Belveth and everyone. And here you're putting like your team at risk. If the Drake would have already spawned, it could be decent, because that way like they're on you and your team can just do Drake. But Kai'Sa is not in a position to pressure, Brent is not in a position to pressure, Zac and Yasuo are not in a position yet, or they are, but not with Brent and Kai'Sa. So you want to wait for your team to be in a position, and now you can take the fight, just like you did. So now that is really good. And now we killed them, and we should be thinking right away, okay, can we killed them. Can we get Drake? Is the Drake secured, or do I need to go there? You don't need to go and hit that Drake. It's secured. So what's next? Nash. How do we help? Nash. How do we help our team for Nash? Same thing that before. It's either can we just go on Nash and do it? Well, maybe, because 2 of them are dead. So maybe the call is just like to go push that mid wave and then go on Nash. Or if you think because Yasuo is low, Brand is low, you just use every CD, and now we should just base after Drake and then play for Nash. Or just go bot again. If you can kill, you kill. If you can't kill, you just bring the guy bot and then you out-rotate. And that's it. But this way you keep...
So at this point, when they're on Dragon, I should be pushing bot lane?
I would be either. So if I think that we can just go and take the Nash, I would be pinging like to just go and take the Nash, and we go on Nash. And help my team TPS it. And if I think that we cannot just go straight on Nash because Nasus is up and he has a smite, and Nasus can smite the Nash and can get a bit scary because we're low HP, I would be either backing, because my team wants to back after, backing first, spending my 1100 and then going bot, or going straight bot. Depends if I want to spend my gold or not. But those are my 2 options. It's either I'm going to play for Nash, or either I'm going to play for bot. But here we hesitate. We start playing for Nash, and then we play for bot when team actually like got the Nash. And we could argue that it's because you went bot that Nasus came to you actually.
I think he was going bot anyway.
Yeah, I think he was going bot.
The jungle.
Yeah, I think he was going bot anyway. But still, like you get the idea that it was good to go bot, because now if Nasus matches you, well, you just get Nash, and this is still good for your team, you know. This is good for your team. And now we have Nash. And now I would argue that I mean, so general idea with Nash, the more lanes you apply it to, the better, basically.
Yeah, but I'm the only one with the Baron buff.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. So you just take the generality. So this game it was good to push here. Then we don't want to grid too much. It's good not to play, but yeah, here like you have your item already. So I'm asking you, then what? Because here you're pushing. There's no mechanic involved. Like you're just clicking on the turret. So now you can start thinking, okay, after clicking on that turret, what should I do? And you talk about basing. Yep. But you don't do it.
Oh yeah, but then I saw another opportunity.
Yeah, so the opportunity that I would still like try to look and empty the jungle. The only thing is that bot jungle, well, you saw Nasus coming from bot actually when he came on you, so most likely like he's hovering around bot side. Nasus was bot side last time we saw him. So we could like be facing Nasus, and that's not what we want. So it would be either like clearing the top camps or looking to clear one bot camp and then reset with my like fast back. The fact that you end up like meeting Nasus, which is like very foreseeable because that's where he was, and now actually like forcing a fight, like you could argue yes, but we thought because I saw that Kai'Sa was here, and now we actually like end up killing Nasus. Well, guess what? Now Kai'Sa used flash before Nash, and you kill Nasus and you don't get anything from it. You kill Nasus and you base. What does killing Nasus do here? Nothing. And you force your ADC to have no flash before Elder and before Nash. So that was a bad play, even if you kill Nasus.
Okay.
So killing is good when it gets you something. So now you bought a Hull Breaker, and we talk about going top. So now you remember the thing that we talked about, pinning the Jace and being able to out rotate. So my point is, if Nasus now you should like kinda be playing around top and mid, because Nasus, like if you get in W range, you're fucked. Even if you're Giga fed, like Nasus just counters TRYNDAMERE champion so hard, and you know it, and it's really good. But now, like, you don't want to just stay here. Like the vision on Nasus, we get it from the minions. So now I feel like you bring Nasus here, and then you start moving to mid. If there is a play, an engage that can be made, we go for the engage. If not, you can like just depush that mid wave, and then go back top if Nasus is not top. And if he's still top, what means that you just get a free Elder. Because here, like on the Elder timer, like you already applied your pressure. Nasus is stuck on side lane. Now I think you should be looking to maybe push mid, or just be with your team and create a 5v4 situation, and not just like kinda let Nasus, push and just watch him push. It's still fine, it still works even if Brent dies, because now like enemy team can still not do Elder, so Brent has the time to actually come back from base, and now we're there on Elder, and we can just like win the fight and get it. But my point is, when I talked about splitting top, I'm not talking about like just staying top forever. It's just like, again, if it was something that you can kill, well, you just kill the guy, and if it's not something that you can kill, you just bring him top and then you out rotate. So now here you should go mid, you should go in his jungle, you should go with your team, and if he matches you and if he starts moving towards you, well, you start moving towards top again, and if he doesn't, you just push mid and threaten that mid inhib and the Nexus basically. Because we're not still like sure at that point if he was like completely griefing or not, but he was. Okay, now we have Elder, and now is the moment where I say you shouldn't be splitting, because you have Elder.
Yeah, I go to Elder. I get the best buff. I kind of have to.
Brent with Elder is terrifying. Kai'Sa with her poke with Elder is terrifying. And those are the two guys that are still have Elder, so you can just basically go on Nash and just do it. And you have to understand that Nash is a magnet. If you go on Nash and they come and you win the fight, well, you just win the fight and you kill them, and then you finish Nash. And if they don't go on Nash, like you just do Nash basically. So if you're winning a 5v5 hard in the game, you should just go on Nash, around Nash. If you're winning the 5v5 hard, which doesn't happen that often, but here it happens because you have the Elder buff. Okay, and now we're gonna end here. Like I wouldn't personally use my, because that's why I ask you what are we playing for, and you're telling me win. So win means Nexus, right?
Win. Yeah, end the game. Yes.
So I consider that I should be using my abilities in order to get the Nexus as fast as possible. So I wouldn't risk going for this. I would just walk with the wave. They are zoned already by Kai'Sa's W. Like you see how one W, like the damage when Kai'Sa W does. Look at that. You saw that?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's insane. So you don't need, and plus like she one shot her. So yeah, you don't need to be the one like engaging e-flashing. You can, probably that you should because it's still winning. It's just personally over 1,000 games, I think it's better to like focus on the Nexus than on killing. Even if like here you could, you actually didn't e-flash, you then flashed, by the way.
Yeah, I know I messed up there.
Yeah, but still like, yeah, if you e-flash then game force, like you get the kill and then you end, like it's over. But still like, just like the general ID, I think it's more reliable, more consistent over time, not to put yourself in a position where you can like miss ult, which you did actually. You ulted a bit too early, and then now the wave is not here anymore, and you know, like just not risking it. Why risk it? Like that's just like, especially after 35 minutes, you know. But that's like very personal. I don't want to force you into it. I just think it's more like consistent, basically.
No, that's definitely the right play. That was definitely one of those impulsive plays, especially with ulting early, where I know that if I know what's in the final moments, I just blow my load on them, and if they all die, then great, we're perfectly secured. But yeah, just consistently going for the objective is, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's not the biggest of the deals. Like other things that we talked about were way more important for sure. Okay, so that was it for my review of the game. So let me know, like, hopefully I didn't go too hard on you, like with how late it is in the night for you. But as I said, I'm gonna post it to YouTube so you can like go back on it for sure and go back to different segments, etc. So you can still get value from it over time. So now let me know, did that bring any question on your side regarding that game in particular or regarding the game in general?
No, that was really insightful. You definitely pointed out some things that I just either did completely wrong or I just don't do at all, such as theory crafting during champion select. I definitely don't do enough of that. I'm very greedy on that. And then when it comes to wave management, I had an idea of how things worked, but when it comes to cannon waves, I definitely don't play them correctly for Herald. Um, what else did I not do right? Oh yeah, pinning the opponent at the top lane. Pinning is very important. You stressed a lot about that. That's cool. I definitely get afraid when it comes to solo splitting, and I also get very afraid when I see my bot laners dying all the time because it makes me feel like I shouldn't be splitting and I should be helping out my allies when I have a gold lead. But no, the right call is just to keep splitting.
Or if you want to help them, but push first. This way you bring someone and you help them even more. Like, how do you help the most? By creating a 5v5 or creating a 5v4? 5v4 right. Is always going to be the right answer, right? So if you can just push, bring someone on side lane and then rotate, that's the best way to play with TRYNDAMERE. And that's why you actually, like, I don't know if you did it, you actually go red trinket on Trynd. You should go red trinket on Trynd, because this way, on your way from wave to another, you can know if they know if you're here or not, basically. That's right. Why you see a lot of TRYNDAMERE playing red trinket. So yeah, it's okay to decide to play like high grouping, high fighting, but just push first. This way you keep getting golden experience and you pin someone and you keep pushing the lead and you create favorable decisions. And also you have a flanking position, because TRYNDAMERE getting into a fight just like right away from the front is really hard. You kind of need to have a flank position to get like to make the best of your champion.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if it's good for you, it's the moment where I will be asking my questions.
Sure.
So I have two to ask, basically. The first one is, of course, I'm trying to make you guys become better players, but also trying to make myself become a better coach. So if you can, from the top of the dome, tell me what are the things that I've been doing right, so I can keep doing those in my further coachings. But also, if I've been doing anything wrong or could be better, please let me know as well, so I can work on that.
Sure. First off, I love the repetition. I like that. Repetition is fantastic because, well, it is 4:20 a.m. where I am right now. I'm very tired. Right?
Yeah.
I also like how you don't insult me. It's very easy for a lot of coach streamers, whatever. They often can be condescending.
Mm.
They may say that some plays are just like, yeah, no, you're completely wrong. You're an idiot. You're dumb. You don't do that. Very nice. Um, I like how you are filing everything. You have a record of everything. So
Mm.
I haven't looked at your videos yet, but I do like to know that I can check out this review and other people's reviews as well as the videos that you do post and talk about. So that's nice.
Awesome.
I hope that's enough comments.
Oh yeah, I mean, do you have anything negative? I mean, you don't have to have anything negative, but if you have any, like, I would like to hear it.
Something negative is we are on different time zones.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so maybe okay. And you couldn't do like earlier? Or no, I couldn't do earlier actually.
Yeah, no, I tried to push it a little earlier. No worries. It
Wait,
happens.
so it's 4:20 for you right now, and if we started at 4 p.m. my time, it would be 8 a.m. Oh, so it's either very early or very late, basically.
Yeah, one or the other.
Ah, yeah, and that's bad because I know that the money is in NA, actually. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't think I can fix that though because it's kind of my GF schedule. Like I try to be off work when she comes back from work.
Yeah,
also.
I don't blame you.
But
you gotta cater to the girl.
Yeah, but you're right that it's something. Maybe I should put at least one time per week, a timer that's a bit later for the Canadian and NA people in general. Okay, it makes sense. It's true that you didn't really have a good solution like for the time of the coaching, basically.
No, but like this is an exception, right? For me to get coaching, I'm not doing this every week. You know, like I'm definitely willing to make the exception to get some coaching out of you. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Happy you liked it. Well, the very last question I would have about it is I'm trying to benchmark a bit and understand the market. Of course, I will plan on making more paid coachings in the future. I have food to pay, you know. So what do you think would be a fair price for that kind of session, in your opinion? If you can think in US dollars, I think Canadian dollar. Yeah, I don't know the currency.
No, just do US. Don't worry about the Canadian dollars. Canada's economy is kind of struggling right now.
Okay.
Okay, it would not be fair for me to judge you in comparison to like Nice because Nice is a shit show at times. So I've heard on Reddit posts, right? But then I think of like Fogged and Rangers, who's also in the same like TRYNDAMERE kind of comparison. And based off of what you just did for me for the past 2.5 hours, yeah, I'd say like $100 easy.
Okay. I will write that down. I take the numbers from everyone, and at the end, I will maybe like do the average and see like how it because like how they say like the mass is always right, you know. So maybe you guys will find like the perfect price for me. Okay, thank you, and thank you for taking the average a bit higher.
Yeah, no, honestly, like 2.5 hours, it is a long time.
Oh yeah,
it really is.
It is.
And, like for you, there's a lot of mental strain to it. Like I got ADHD, so I often forget a lot of details, but you remembered them all for me, and you reiterated everything for me, so I appreciate it.
Awesome. Glad you liked it, bro. And the very last thing I would have to say is, of course, like I have a secret agenda with it. So I heard the following alert during the stream. I'm guessing that was you, maybe or maybe not. But of course, I'm trying like to bring more people in regarding my content creation, especially like Twitch and YouTube. So I will send you like the links. Like my screen just turned off, so I cannot do shit right now. But yeah, if you feel like you could get value also from those, well, feel free to drop a follow, and that would mean a lot to me. And that is basically it.
I've already subscribed to your YouTube channel while you were talking.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Okay, well, that's about it for me. I mean, I'm not gonna take you longer. I mean, it's already giga super late. Jeff is not gonna be happy about it.
I hop off here.
Yeah.
Birthday stream soon. If I
Yes.
don't see you again, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's gonna be the 1st of August, and it's gonna be a big party. It's gonna be very fun. Thank you so much, bro. I will remember that you said happy birthday. For sure.
Wonderful.
Okay.
All right, take care, bud.
Thank you. You too. See you. Bye bye. Okay. Well, that was coaching number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.